接下来我们再来看这个，这个也是关于行。那这个行呢，我们准备放给大家看的是一个叫做 Gary Lauder。Gary Lauder 是一个这个 venture capital， 就是投资家。那么我们透过他的这个影片来告诉各位说，投资在管理上的改变是一种趋势。我相信有越来越多的这个投资者看到投资的机会，是因为现在问题已经卡住，所以现在的问题既然卡住，老的方式一定不是解决问题的方法，所以继续投资在上面，你投资的再大，它也不会有回报，所以它一定要投资到另外一个新的地方去。那新的东西呢，就是像刚刚 Zipcar 这种把系统整个改变的，所以这个投资者呢就出来说明一个他们自己投资的一个改变这个整个交通的设计的方式。那他除了是一个投资家以外，他还是一个这里有一个苏格拉底协会 （Socrates Society） 在 Austin Institute。那这个是一个应该是一个类似像这个智库的地方。苏格拉底协会是让30来岁的年轻人，就是45岁以下的，可以去共同分享他们的一些看法。那当然，这些人大部分来自各种各样的行业。那么，他的这个，我这里做了一些说明。上面的那个图片是苏格拉底的雕像。那奥斯本这个学院，你可以这样说 ，Austin Institute。那苏格拉底协会它 提供了一个 forum， 也就是一个讨论的地方，给这个正在这个变成领导者的人。那他是从28岁到45岁，那大家能够聚在一起，从不同的职业里面，那去 explore contemporary issues， 就是把现在大家关心的题目拿出来谈 ，through expert 那个 moderated dialogue。就是有那些专家来导引的这些对谈。那我看他们的里头有一个这个世界之屏的那位作者，那去跟大家对谈这些大家关心的题目。那所以为什么要介绍这个以及它的题目呢？我想我们来看看，很短，大概只有6分钟，我们大概可以看到投资人现在非常有兴趣的是什么意思
？I only have 3 minutes, so I'm going to have to talk fast, and it'll use up your experimental cycles, so multitasking may be hard. So 27 years ago, I got a traffic ticket that got me thinking. I've had some time to think it over, and energy efficiency is more than just about the vehicle. It's also about the road. Road design makes a difference, particularly intersections, of which there are 2 types, signalized and unsignalized, which means stop signs. 50% of crashes happen at intersections. Roundabouts are much better. A study of 24 intersections have found crashes drop 40% from when you convert a traffic light into a roundabout.
Entry crashes. 他说，如果变成一个圆环，那个车祸率就下降40%。把这个十字路的红绿灯变成圆环，就车祸率就下降。
Injury crashes have dropped 76%, fatal crashes down 90%. But that's just safety. What about time and gas? So traffic keeps flowing, so that means less braking, which means less accelerating, less gas, and less pollution.
我们大概很少去想到说，因为有红绿灯，所以我们大家要这边刹车，等变绿灯，那边赶快开，然后等到这边停下来，又那边，所有那些停下来都是在烧油。所以他认为汽车应该要不断的去让它比较不要在红绿灯上停下来，就比较不会浪费能源。
Less time wasted, and that partly accounts for Europe's better efficiency than we have in the United States. So unsignalized intersections, meaning stop signs, they save many lives, but there's an excessive proliferation of them. The small roundabouts are starting to appear. This is one in my neighborhood, and they are much better. Better than traffic lights, better than four-way stop signs. They're expensive to install, but they're more expensive not to, so we should look at that. But they're not applicable in all situations. So take, for example, the three-way intersection. So it's logical that you would have one there on the minor road entering the major, but the other two are somewhat questionable. So here's one, and there's another one which I studied. Their cars rarely appear on that third road. And so the question is, what does that cost us? That intersection I looked at had about 3,000 cars per day in each direction, and so that's 2 ounces of gas to accelerate out of. That's 5 cents each, and times 3,000 cars per day, that's $51,000 per year. That's just the gasoline cost. There's also pollution, wear in the car, and time. What's that time worth? Well, 10 seconds per 3,000 cars, that's 8.3 hours per day. That's at average wage in the US is $20 an hour. That is $60,000 per year. Add that together with the gas, and it's $112,000 per year just for that sign in each direction.
一个丁字路口加了一个红绿灯，它就是11万多美元一年。
Discount that back to the present at 5%. Over $2 million for a stop sign in each direction. Now, if you look at what that adjacent property is worth, you could actually buy the property, cut down the shrubbery to improve the sightline, and then sell it off again, and you'd still come out ahead. So it makes one wonder, why is it there? I mean, why is there that stop sign in each direction? Because if it's saving lives. So is there a better way to accomplish that goal? The answer is to enable cars to come in from that side road safely, because there are a lot of people who might live up there, and if they're after waiting forever, the long queue could form because the cars aren't slowing down on the main road. Can that be accomplished with existing signs? So there's a long history of stop signs and yield signs. Stop signs were invented in 1915, yield signs in 1950, but that's all we got. So why not use a yield sign? Well, the meaning of yield is you must yield the right of way. That means if there are 5 cars waiting, you have to wait till they all go, then you go. It lacks the notion of alternating or taking turns. And it's always on the minor road, allowing the major one to have primacy. So it's hard to create a new meaning for the existing sign. You couldn't suddenly tell everyone, okay, remember what you used to do at yield signs, now do something different. That would not work. So what the world needs now is a new type of sign. So you have a little instruction below it, for those who didn't see the public service announcements, and it merges the stop sign and yield signs. It's kind of shaped like a T, as in taking turns, and uncertainty results in caution. When people come to an unfamiliar situation they don't know how to deal with, they slow down. So now that you're all road scholars, don't wait for that sign to be adopted. These things don't change quickly. But you all are members of communities, and you can exercise your community influence to create more sensible traffic flows. And you can have more impact on the environment just getting your neighborhood to change these things than by changing your vehicle. Thank you very much.
3分钟要讲出这么复杂的概念，还真是不容易。这个也是我们可以学习的啊。那刚刚他跟我们说的东西呢，是怎么样子把一个十字路口去思考，说这个十字路口加了红绿灯到底合不合理？那么加了说你次干道要让给主干道。 又好像也不太合理，因为大家都不让你，所以你就在那边发呆。所以他到最后是说，也不要红绿灯，因为大家要停来停去，没车也在那边停。那也不要用让的方式，但是大家只要有路口，大家就绕过去，所以它就会变成是一个听起来好像很好笑。没人想过吗？应该是有人想过，为什么不能做呢？一定有一大堆问题。那所谓的一大堆问题，其中的最大的一堆叫做。 那个不是以前有，我们把它移掉了吗？那可是我们把它移掉的原因又是什么呢？所以类似这样子的东西，我想都是在新的时代里面，当我们开始想到要节省能源、节省二氧化碳的排放的时候， 我们就要开始去思考说，现在的这个方法是对还是不对。OK， 我们再看下一个关于行的概念。因为我们时间不多，今天我们影片比较多，所以我后面会讲得快一点。这是一个公司，德国的公司，他们推出来的一个概念是说，未来可能小飞船是一个趋势。什么叫做小飞船？我们现在大部分都是开着车嘛，那他认为在街上走，大家不是挤来挤去，所以应该在天上飞。那在天上飞，如果你飞得很快，那很危险。那也不太可能把一大堆人载到天上去飞。如果用这种简易的飞行的方法，所以他认为，比如说我们现在要送个披萨啦，我们要去快递啦，这种东西大概都可以用这种所谓的小飞船。那我们来看看它是什么。不过要给各位看这个的之前，我先跟各位看几张照片。这是这家公司，这家公司是一个专门做气体动力学的一个研究跟机器的研究。那他们研究这种鱼鳐，然后制造出这样子的一个飞行器。这个飞行器呢，基本上不是用喷射，它只是摇动它的翅膀。它为什么能够摇动它的翅膀，摇到可以飞呢？是因为他们的设计翅膀的能力。因为他们一直在设计机械手臂，所以他们非常会设计，学着生物去设计翅膀，所以他们所有的设计都是从生物直接把它变成机械化。所以他看到这种生物，他把它变成这种飞船。他拍的是水，他拍的是空气，但是它的在动力学的概念上面来讲是一样的。所以这个是我们以前比较不是这样想。他用这种手臂去做一个air motion ride， 是一个模拟的这个车或飞行。我们现在模拟车或飞行需要用的机器很复杂，那它用的是空气，所以它用控制空气的方式去模拟飞行或模拟开车，所以这个是整个是用气动的方式。那这个原因也是因为它的这个机器手臂可以画图，这个机器手臂是用气动，而不是用齿轮，不是用这个所以他们对于空气的研究，这个气体的这个流动是有非常深的研究。这个研究呢，是他用空气吹出来的声音去把这个琴发出，所以它叫做 the sound machine， 就是去让这个音乐可以发出来。那同样的这种复杂的这个动作呢，它就把它变成一个生物的这个金属的这个翅膀。所以我们来看一下。
While the next generation of flight will bring us ocean liners in the air, some innovative designers are looking to the sea for their inspiration, opening up a window on an entirely new way of flying.
The future flight is learning from nature.
This is the future, and it's 500 million years old.
Learning from nature for us means lightweight structures and also swarm behavior.
Marcus Fisher is the head of design for Festo, a future flight think tank, where they're creating radical new approaches to flight, clearing the way for others to develop future applications. By watching ancient creatures of the deep, Festo is coming up with new designs to reach the heights.
Jellyfish move with their tentacles and with the peristaltic motion.
Peristaltic motion is like the opening and closing of an umbrella. Jellyfish move forward by opening their circular mantle, called a bell, and then expelling the water below. Festo's air jelly works much the same way, except it's pushing air with its tentacles. It's the first time peristaltic propulsion has ever been used in the air, a whole new approach for future flight, and one that could lead to a new class of aircraft.
We have a structure, it's called the fin ray structure. The fin ray structure is derived from the fish's fin. We use it to make this peristaltic motion, and it works like this. No one ever thought about peristaltic motion to use it in flight together with the gas balloon.
刚刚的那句话是说，我们现在的飞机都是把空气打了以后向后打，所以你可以飞，不管是喷射还是引擎。那它现在用的是蠕动的方式，配上你本身是一个气球，意思就是说我是一个气球，我本来就可以飘起来，但是我飘起来以后我不会飞，所以我不要再用打空气的方式，我用的是蠕动的方式，然后让它可以近距离的方便的控制，然后比较安全。
The manta ray and the motion of its wing-like pectoral fins is inspiration for another Festo creation. The air ray is a helium ballonette within an elastic polymer that gives the craft its 14-foot wingspan. The fluid muscle movement of a beating wing is created by a small servo motor that bends the wing in a fin ray motion. It's covered by a treated aluminum skin, and all of it is made by hand.
You have to have hands on because you have to have a feeling for the things. For instance, the fin ray, you have the feeling for the structure, and only if you do it manually, it would be good and you learn a lot.
For Festo, these have been explorations into new ways of using air. They were not created with specific applications in mind. But Marcus Fisher believes one day devices like this could be a smart, low-cost way to ferry people and packages around town. Imagine air jelly taxis or air ray couriers dotting the skyline. And they can be made more cost-effective by taking another tip from the world around us.
We use swarming behavior, and swarming behavior means that they are very efficient and reduce the fuel consumption or the energy consumption.
Lessons from nature that could lead to lighter, more efficient, more affordable aircraft.
In the future, it will be much easier for everybody to fly.
非常有趣的一个想法，我想哪一天，应该在各位这么年轻的这个时间，等到一段时间过去以后，你要搭计程车的时候，像他刚刚说的，变成是在空中飞，我想并不是一件太奇怪的事情。所以小飞船会是一个趋势。为什么它会是一个趋势？我为什么要这样子报告给大家？就是因为现在的动力都是把空气向后打，那它是让自己先浮起来，然后再蠕动的让它移动。那蠕动的移动有很多控制上的方便，跟它的 slow motion。那因为它动作很慢，所以它的能源节省的就少。它不是像那个叫做什么螺旋桨要打很快，它是这样那个就是它从生物上学来的。因为生物在飞的时候，你看鸟在飞的时候，很少是把翅膀这样子拼命打，因为拼命打它累死了，它早就已经掉到地上去了。所以生物不可以把自己搞得很累，只有机器可以把自己搞得很累。好了，那最后的这个影片呢，是 Microsoft 的一位这个工程师，他在告诉我们是说，这个移动的资讯会是一个趋势。那移动的资讯，其实现在我们只要打开手机，我们把定位系统一放，我们大概可以知道说哪里有卖什么包子好吃啊，什么东西在哪里，这个都做得到。可是他们往前进一步，他用了一些新的方法，让你在还没有到的时候，你就站在那家店门口看了半天。所以那个方式呢，以前我们想象是说我们要用影片去拍出来，然后把影片放在这个网络上面。可是那个用的频宽太大，他现在用的是用很多的照片，那利用那些照片的辨认的方法，他去把它组成一支影片，所以是非常有趣。各位来看一下。
About a year and a half ago, Stephen Lawler, who also gave a talk here at TED in 2007 on Virtual Earth, brought me over to become the architect of Bing Maps, which is Microsoft's online mapping effort. In the past year and a half, we've been very hard at work on redefining the way maps work online. And we really are seeing this in very different terms from the kind of mapping and directions site that one is used to. So the first thing you might notice about the mapping site is just the fluidity of the zooming and the panning, which, if you're familiar at all with Seadragon, that's where it comes from. Mapping is, of course, not just about cartography, it's also about imagery. So as we zoom in beyond a certain level, this resolves into a kind of SimCity-like virtual view at 45 degrees. This can be viewed from any of the cardinal directions to show you the 3D structure of the city, all the facades. Now, we see this space, this three-dimensional environment, as being a canvas on which all sorts of applications can play out. And maps directions are really just one of them. If you click on this, you'll see some of the ones that we've put out just in the past couple of months since we've launched. So, for example, a couple of days after the disaster in Haiti, we had an earthquake map that showed before and after pictures from the sky. This wonderful one, which I don't have time to show you, is taking hyperlocal blogs in real time and mapping those stories, those entries, to the places that are referred to on the blogs. It's wonderful. But I'm going to show you some more candy sort of stuff. So. We see the imagery, of course, not stopping at the sky. These little green bubbles represent photosynths that users have made. I'm not going to dive into them either, but photosynths are integrated into the map. Everything that's cased in blue is an area where we've taken imagery on the ground as well. And so when you fly down from the thank you. When you fly down to the ground and you see this kind of panoramic imagery, the first thing that you might notice is that it's not just a picture. There's just as much three-dimensional understanding of this environment as there is of the three-dimensional city from above. So, if I click on something to get a closer view of it, then the fact that that transition looks as it does is a function of all of that geometry, all of that 3D.
各位要注意，它不是影片，所以它并不是有一个人拿一个摄影机说。我要这样子拍过来，然后我转过来看这边，不是，它是有很多照片，那所以每一个人在运动那个照片的时候，他用电脑快速的去算出来，他让你这样看到，以为是一个影片，其实它都是照片去组合的。
The understanding behind this model. Now, I'll show you a fun app that. We've been working on in collaboration with our friends at Flickr. This takes Flickr georegistered imagery and uses photosynth-like processes to connect that imagery to our imagery. So I'm not sure if that's the one I actually meant to pull up, but notice this is, of course, a popular tourist site, and there are lots of photos around here. And these photos are all taken at different times. So this one was taken around 5. So that's the Flickr photo. That's our imagery. So you really see how this kind of crowdsourced imagery is integrated.
因为现在在 Flickr 上面或者其他的上面，大家都去拍了很多照片。那所以这些照片也都是叫做这个user 提供出来的照片。那每一个人拍的照片角度不同，然后再用电脑去认。比如说，他可能去认他的这个 market 这个字，然后把它凑起来以后，他就可以叠出来，这个是白天拍的，这一段是晚上拍的。
Integrating in a very deep way into the map itself. Now, the reason this is interesting, thank you. There are several reasons why this is interesting, and one of them, of course, is time travel. I'm not going to show you some of the wonderful historic imagery in here, but there's some with horses and carriages and so on as well. But what's cool about this is that not only is it augmenting this visual representation of the world with things that are coming in from users, but it also is the foundation for augmented reality, and that's something that I'll be showing you more of in just a moment. Now, I just made a transition indoors. That's also interesting. Okay, notice there's now a roof above us. We're inside the Pike Place Market, and this is something that we're able to do with a backpack camera. So we're now not only imaging in the street with this camera on tops of cars, but we're also imaging inside. And from here, we're able to do the same sorts of registration, not only of still images, but also of video. So this is something that we're now going to try for the first time live, and this is really, truly very frightening. Okay. All right, guys, are you there? All right, I'm hitting it. I'm punching play. Are you live? I'm live. All right, there we go. So these are our friends in Pike Place Market, the lab. Thank you. They're broadcasting this live. Okay, George, can you pan back over to the corner market, because I want to show points of interest. Hey, yo, no, the other way. Yeah, back to the corner. I don't want to see you guys yet. Okay. Back to the corner. Okay, never mind. What I wanted to show you is these points of interest over here on top of the image, because what that gives you a sense of is the way, if you're actually on the spot, you can think about this. This is taking a step in addition to augmented reality. What the hell are you guys doing? Sorry. We're doing two different things. Okay, I'm hanging up now. We're doing two different things here. One of them is to take that real. All right, let me just take a moment and thank the team. They've done a fantastic job of pulling this together. All right, I'm going to abandon them now and walk back outside. And while I walk outside, I'll just mention that here we're using this for telepresence, but you can equally well use this on the spot for augmented reality. When you use it on the spot, it means that you're able to bring all of that metadata and information about the world to you. So here we're taking the extra step of also broadcasting it. That was being broadcast, by the way, on a 4G network.
它的这个东西，刚刚的这个传播的网络是用4G 的电话在做传播。4G 的电话在这一次上海世博里头，整个就是用4G 的这个网络在连线。
From the market. All right, and now there's one last TED Talk that Microsoft has given in the past several years, and that's Curtis Wong, Worldwide Telescope. So we're going to head over to the dumpsters, where it's traditional after a long day at the market to go out for a break and also stare up at the sky. This is the integration of Worldwide Telescope into our maps. This is the current, thank you. This is the current time. If we scrub the time, then we can see how the sky will look at different times, and we can get all of this very detailed information about different times, different dates. Let's move the moon a little higher in the sky, maybe change the date. I would like to kind of zoom in on the moon. So this is astronomically complete representation of the sky, integrated right into the Earth. All right, now I've overrun my time, so I've got to stop. Thank you all very much. Thank you.
因为有这样子的科技，我想基本上我们大概可以理解到，未来在行的上面，移动的资讯将会变成是一个非常重要的工具。所以你在移动的时候，所有的资讯跟着你跑。那么这些资讯包括他刚刚谈到的，就是说你向上看的时候，其实你都可以看到星座的这个information， 而且从历史上都可以看到。比如说我现在站在这个地方。这个地方的资讯，它可以有说上个月他在这里，我现在在这里是卖橘子，上个月他在这里卖苹果。可是100年前，如果有人在这里拍过一张照片，100年前这里是什么东西，那个照片也是同时可以进来。所以它在时间的移动的推移上面，不只是我们人的这个实体在移动，我们还可以把时间推动。那这种时间推动跟实体推动两个结合起来的时候，这就是未来我们在移动上面行的部分。不只是我们人的实体行， 而且我们时间上也在移动，这个是一个很重要的概念。所以今天大概跟各位就谈到这里，那大概也没有太多的时间跟各位再谈其他的这个讨论。那我们下一次如果有时间，我们再回过来对这个做一些回顾。那么跟各位讲一下作业，这个因为各位也都交了作业，只是提醒大家，以后当你看到一个题目的时候，因为我们做作业不是为了打成绩，我们做作业是为了训练大家把注意力放好。所以看到很多人写作业，我说我在第4节的时候讲说，我们听过的3堂课，那听过的3堂课当然是第1堂、第2堂、第3堂，结果很多人的作业写了第4堂，那写了第4堂，我就不知道我要不要给你成绩，因为完全文不对题。好，那所以以后如果你出去做事，你的老板或者是你想做一个创意，你想要跟人家沟通什么东西，用这样子的方法沟通，你注定失败，因为你是人家跟你讲东，你讲到西去；人家跟你讲西，你讲到北去，但是永远是断线的。所以，我这一次在改作业的时候，特别注意到有很多的同学对于题目没有仔细看就在做答案，那个是不好的啊。所以以上跟大家这个说明完毕，谢谢大家。